Good evening. Come on in. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good to see y'all. Hope you all enjoyed you all's weekend. Yep, hope you all enjoyed your weekend. You all come on in with me for a little while. I just wanted to come on for a brief moment and talk about this Jamar Mosley girl. You all, this little girl here is 13 years old out of Philadelphia, you all. She was just shot in the face, you all. And, praise God, by the grace of God, she's still alive today, you all. And this is the same little girl that was in less than 2 weeks ago, you all, with Mr. James Mosley. She was one of the little girls that was actually had hit Mr. James, you all. She also was with like I said, I had did a story about this, you all, probably 2 weeks ago, you all, and I did a follow-up story on the little young man who was also captured in the same case, you all, but the case was so serious and so hurtful, man, that when they had finally caught this little Mosley little girl, I had never really came back on about it, because it would have been like, more than a follow-up, kind of like a third show on the same particular thing, it was kind of, like I say, sad, you all, because this old man, Mr. James Lambert, he unfortunately he passed by the hands of this same little girl, you all, and her and some more of her friends, you all. She wasn't by herself, you all, but like I said, she was the last one that would have been old enough for them to possibly try as an adult, you all. I'm not sure had they dropped the cases yet, what Mr. Lambert's family had really decided. But I know that his sisters was very set on seeing these young teens prosecuted. I said, you all, his sisters was very upset and wanted to see these little children prosecuted. And like I said, I just wanted to come on a brief moment because I'm wondering, just less than 2 weeks ago, all this happened with this same particular little girl, and now you have her getting shot, you all. And like I said, the little girl got shot in the back of the neck. And it proceeded to come out through her face, you all. It came out through her face, through her jawbone. So, the people had initially reported that she was shot in the face, but she was really shot in the back of the head. Perhaps they was running. I don't know what these little bad kids was doing out there, but and this is one of the reasons I stepped on, because I wanted to discuss, where's this little girl's parents? Why hadn't DCF actually stepped in and done something with this little girl by now? And I don't mean done something with her like in a bad way, like locked her up and throw away the key. Because it's obvious this little girl don't have no family or somebody around, because like I said, just 2 weeks ago, she was in another incident where they beating up an old man at 2 o'clock in the morning, you all. Now, I don't think that in this particular situation that the little girl was actually out, after curfew, after dark and all that, but it just seemed like this little girl is way too young for trouble to be following her this much, you all. I said it. The little girl is way too young. For her to be having this kind of drama in her life, you all. They gotta be getting ready to shoot a movie on this little girl or something. She have to be Baby Kim or somebody or some one of them little girls that growed up in her. This little girl worse than set it off, y'all. But like I said, here 2 weeks prior, her and the little gang, the little get along gang, they proceeded to jump on the old man who was out there initially probably scolding them, you all, probably just simply asking them, what the mess are y'all doing at this time of the night outside, you all? And then these little kids proceeded to jump on the old man. But like I said, I just wanted to come on and briefly share this here because I say, like I say, trouble is easy to get into and very hard to get out with you all. But like I said, this little girl is too young for trouble to just be following her like this, you all. At this particular point, man, there has to be something going on with the parents, you all. Like I said, it can't be too much, with her going on because they proceeded to let her out. I mean, Child Protective Services never did step in and keep the girl. I mean, they let her return to her parents. I mean, maybe she living with her grandmother, you all. I'm not really sure. But, we need to keep this little girl in prayer by any means necessary, you all, because I don't know what's particularly going on in Philadelphia, you all, but it's rough. It's rough in the hood out there, you all. And I'm going to go ahead on and read a short news clipping of her and what happened in this incident yesterday, you all. But before I get off into that, I'd like to read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17, USC Section 107. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, news reports, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Tips to balance in favor of fair use, you all. Like I said again, you all, this was Mr. Lambert, and rest in peace, and may he rest in peace, you all, because like I said, this little girl and her little gang, the little Philly hood rats, they gonna have to get this little gang here, they gonna have to get this little gang here moving. They gonna be putting people on after a while. I don't know what these little people doing, but like I say, they gotta, man, they doing something. But that's the little lady, man. Like I said, you all, that's the little lady. I mean, we need to keep the little girl. I mean, seriously, keep this little girl in prayer, man, because, like I said, it's just entirely too much going on in her life, And like I said, I done already read my disclaimer. Let me read the actual news clip. It said 13-year-old girl shot in East Germantown was presented during a fatal beating of 73-year-old James Lambert, police sources said. It said Philadelphia girl, a 13-year-old girl was shot in East Germantown on Friday, was among a group of teenagers presented during the beating that killed Mr. James Lambert in North Philadelphia. It said police sources tell CBS 3 the shooting happened on the 5800 block of Vocala Street, you all, at 6:45 p.m. on July the 22nd. Police say the 13-year-old girl was shot once behind the right ear and the bullet went through her jaw. She was placed in stable condition following the incident at a Einstein Hospital, you all. No arrests were made, no weapons or even recovered, authorities say. Police sources say that she is not being charged in connection with the beating of Mr. Lambert. There's also no connection between the shooting and the attack, you all. That's what I'm saying. There was no Mr. Lambert, Mr. James is 73, and his sisters is up in age, you all, too, They up in their late 60s, you all, early 60s. I mean, these wasn't no ladies retaliating on this little girl or nothing like that, you all, because they wanted to take the proper law channels, you all. All I'm saying is, to make a long story short, what is this little girl still doing that, running with these little hard-headed little boys, somewhere, you all. Like I say, this is a shame, man. Like I say, and I'm saying it, the child services, somebody needs to step in, one of her relatives, you all, somebody that don't live up in Philadelphia, up in this little neighborhood where this little girl at, because, like I say, it's too much going on with this. Like I say, man, yeah, I mean, some kids get in trouble, and they, you can't watch them all at every single time of the day, night and hour, 24/7. You cannot watch these kids, you all. But like I'm saying, it's just, some things just ain't no coincidence, sometimes we just need to sit down, you all. Sometimes these little kids is doing way too much, trying to be fast, you all. Like I was going over the little Amber Alert girl the other day, you all, and this was was not her grandmother's fault, you all. Speaking on this little girl that was caught by this little Hispanic guy the other day. This little girl had been online with these particular people, you all. So she out there was trying to be fast herself, but it just so happened that one of the neighbors had saw that little girl get in the truck, you all, and he thought something was very fishy about that, being that it was 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and this same particular truck is is circling the neighborhood, you all. Like I said, children are growing up way faster than we did as children, you all. Like I said, my main concern was this child, period, point blank, and trying to understand, how 2 weeks later she in some more stuff, and people shooting at whoever she was with, you all, possibly, and they could have possibly been shooting at her. So much going on out there. I mean, them little, ain't no telling what them little kids doing. If they beating on people, they probably stealing and doing some more stuff. It's probably some kids their age shooting at them, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, this is just a lot, for this little girl to be going through at such a young age, or any kid to be going through such a magnitude of this kind of stuff that's keep occurring in this little girl's life. It said police say that she is not being charged. Okay, I had read that already. It say in the early morning of June 24th, Lambert was allegedly beaten by a group of teenagers with a comb on the 2100 block of Cecilia B. Moore Avenue. He was rushed to the hospital and died following days because of his injuries. So far, 2 teenagers had been charged in the incident. So they had already charged 2 teenagers. It said 14-year-old Jamira Mosley and Richard Jones. Like I said, I had did a little show a couple weeks ago on the little young dude, on my particular reason for doing that show was, to determine whether the case was manslaughter or murder, you all, because, they tried to charge these little kids with murder, and I definitely don't believe that they intended to kill a man. Like I said, what I do believe and know for a fact is that they thought what they doing was fun, you all. They thought what they was doing was some cool stuff, with some cool hood stuff, we beating up old man, kiki, that's something, like I say, it's a twisted thing to think of, that children can do. We used to do some things when we was children, probably the worst thing we ever done was throw some rocks at some cars or something, but we wasn't trying to jump on and kill no old people and beating them up. We had way too much respect for our elders, we grew up, yes ma'am, no ma'am, it was just a form of respect, to me, and like I say, respect will get you a long ways. I can never say it enough, you all, about, being respectful to others, you always want to give respect first so that you can always demand being yours in return, you all. So like I said, this is one of the things that I was taught as a child, man. And it's one of the things that carried me a long ways, you all. But like I said, this is just a sad situation, you all. It said police sources previously told Eyewitness News Mosley gave a phone to the 10-year-old boy to record the attack. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Because I had to hit it, you all. Let me see. It done froze up on me. There we go, y'all. One moment, y'all. It froze up on me. I got these big old fingers, y'all. Anyway, that was the rest of the story. Okay. There it goes. It's open, y'all. Okay, it said, yeah, to record the attack, the 10-year-old boy isn't being charged, you all. That was just the rest of the story anyway. And I do have a news clipping if you all would like to see that as well. Because this is the brief news clipping of the little girl them.
Police now say a 13-year-old girl shot in the face in East Germantown on Friday was one of the teenagers at the scene of the deadly traffic cone beating of James Lambert last month. The shooting happened on Osceola Street. The girl is said to be in stable condition. So far, there have been no arrests or apprehensions. Police say this shooting is not connected to the Lambert attack, and she was not charged in his death. 13-year-old girl shot in the face in East Germantown on Friday was one of the teenagers at the scene of the deadly traffic cone beating of James Lambert last month. The shooting happened on Osceola Street. The girl is said to be in stable condition. So far, there have been no arrests or a motive disclosed. Police say this shooting is not connected to the Lambert attack, and she was not charged in his death.
Like I said, I had read it to you all, but there's some more news clippings on that as well, you all. But like I'm saying, my whole more for coming on here is just this little girl, you all, and her parents, and somebody need to get with her, you all. I'm pretty sure somebody know her out there, you all. Somebody can at least try to talk to the little girl. Like I said, I'm more than surprised that DCF and the Child Protective Service hadn't particularly stepped in and tried to help this little girl, you all, because like I say, this is a very bad situation. 2 weeks prior, I mean, she's out in a situation to where she harming elderly, an elderly from a black community, and then 2 weeks later she getting shot, you all. I mean, this is not like she no Tupac or nothing, you all. It's what I'm saying. This little girl ain't no Biggie, she ain't nobody out there like this. She ain't no Big Slime and all them kind of people. I'm saying this little girl 13 years old. Last year she was 12. A couple years ago she was 11. Now she out here with a potential murder rap on her record. And also, she been shot in the face, you all. Like I said, this particular thing is real sad, you all. Real crazy situation. And I just wanted to come on and just briefly, like I say, talk about this for a minute, you all. And I didn't want to tarry too long on you all. So you all keep this little girl in prayer, man, because I'm going to be praying for her too. And hopefully, man, we can get some kind of good update on the little girl. Something to see what's going on with her. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna talk come out and talk about this and, give us some kind of update. I'm pretty sure the news gonna give us some kind of update on what's really going on with her, because ain't too many people following this story. I don't think too many people really know that it's the same little girl, you all. But I just wanted to come on and briefly talk about it for a moment. I also had another little story I may be to come on tonight and share with you all in a little while, or maybe just wait till in the morning, you all. You all be blessed. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and was able to enjoy your time with your loved ones, so forth and so on, and and hopefully we'll have a blessed, strong week, y'all, and have a good next weekend also, you all. It's a lot of good things coming up, man. Looking forward to growing and continuing to be up on this thing, you all. It's a whole lot of stuff I want to do, man. I have to catch up on as well. I just look forward to sharing it with you all and growing with you all, and thank everybody who joined. And I know you all can't join all the time, but and some of y'all probably hate seeing me in y'all face, but I'm here. God First Christ Gang. We out. Peace. Good night, y'all. Good night. Hey, Kamora, you supposed to be asleep.